Question 1. Which policy within Windows password settings aims to restrict users from choosing frequently used passwords? A. Enforce password history. B. Maximum password age. C. Minimum password length. D. Passwords must meet complexity requirements. Correct answer. D. Passwords must meet complexity requirements. Passwords must meet complexity requirements is a policy designed to prevent users from choosing common or easily guessable passwords. This policy mandates that passwords must adhere to complexity rules, such as including lowercase letters, uppercase letters, numbers, and special characters. These requirements help prevent users from selecting weak or predictable passwords, which are often targeted in hacker attacks. Question 2. What type of attack occurs when an intruder installs a rogue access point on a business's wireless network to capture traffic from users who unintentionally connect to it? A. Evil twin. B. Social networking. C. Spoofing. D. War driving. Correct answer. A. Evil twin. Evil twin attack is a type of wireless network attack where an attacker sets up a fake access point with an SSID, network name, that is identical to or similar to a trusted wireless network. The purpose of this attack is to deceive users into connecting to the fake access point instead of the legitimate network. Once connected, the attacker can intercept and collect sensitive information such as passwords, credit card details, emails, and other important documents. Question 3. Among the statements provided, which one incorrectly describes DHCP snooping? A. DHCP snooping detects rogue DHCP servers. B. DHCP snooping drops. DHCP messages arriving over the incorrect port. C. DHCP snooping is implemented in network switches. D. DHCP snooping prevents DNS cache poisoning. Correct answer. D. DHCP snooping prevents DNS cache poisoning. DHCP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. Snooping is a security feature implemented on network switches to prevent rogue DHCP servers and protect the network from attacks related to incorrect IP address assignment. The switch checks incoming and outgoing DHCP requests to verify that they come from trusted ports. Requests from untrusted ports are dropped. Question 4. What does it signify if an automated lock on a data center door is configured to fail closed? A. The door continues to function using battery power in the event of an emergency. B. The door locks in the event of an emergency. C. The door remains in its current state in the event of an emergency. D. The door unlocks in the event of an emergency. Correct answer. B. The door locks in the event of an emergency. When an automatic lock on a data center door is configured to fail closed, the door will automatically lock in the event of an emergency. This configuration ensures that the door remains securely locked even in the event of issues such as power loss or system failure. The goal of this setup is to enhance security during critical situations when locking mechanisms may fail or become non-functional, helping to prevent unauthorized access to sensitive areas of the data center. Question 5. Among the provided options, which one is an example of a replay attack? A. An intruder accesses a resource that was accidentally left unsecured by an authorized user. B. An intruder renders a resource previously compromised by another intruder. C. An intruder retransmits captured authentication packets to gain access to a secured resource. D. An intruder uses the same technique that provides access to other resources to penetrate a new resource. Correct answer. C. An intruder retransmits captured authentication packets to gain access to a secured resource. Replay attack is a type of attack in which the attacker records and retransmits legitimate data packets, such as authentication packets, that were previously sent over a network connection. The goal of this attack is to exploit the system's inability to distinguish between legitimate requests and retransmitted ones, allowing the attacker to bypass security mechanisms like authentication. Question 6. What type of technology is employed in high-security installations that require individuals to undergo a retinal scan before gaining access? A. Biometrics. B. Hand geometry. C. Pattern recognition. D. Tamper detection. Correct answer. A. Biometrics. Biometric technology is a method of identifying and authenticating individuals based on physiological traits such as iris patterns, fingerprints, facial features, voice, etc. It is one of the most robust security methods and is increasingly being used across various fields, from protecting personal data and bank accounts to high-level security systems. Question 7. What type of virtual private network, VPN, connection is best suited for granting clients limited access to your corporate network? A. Extranet. B. Host to host. C. Host to site. D. Site to site. Correct answer. A. Extranet. Extranet is a part of an internal network, intranet, that allows external users, such as partners, customers, or suppliers, to access specific resources. The extranet is designed to securely share a portion of data and resources, enhancing collaboration and communication with external partners while maintaining the security of the internal network. Question 8. What is the process called when a recently installed patch is removed to revert to a previous version? A. Backslide. B. Downgrade. C. Reset. D. Rollback. Correct answer. D. Rollback. Rollback is the process of removing a recently installed patch or update to revert to the previous version of a system or software. This is often done when the new patch causes issues or errors, and reverting to the older version ensures the system returns to a stable state. Downgrade is the process of moving to a lower version or older software. Reset is the process of returning a system to its default state or settings. Question 9. Which of the following options is true about authentication auditing? A. Auditing can detect authentications that occur after hours. B. Auditing can disclose attempts to compromise passwords. C. Auditing can identify the guess patterns used by password cracking software. D. Auditing can record unsuccessful as well as successful authentications. Correct answer. B. Auditing can disclose attempts to compromise passwords. Authentication auditing is the process of recording and monitoring authentication attempts on a system to ensure the security of the network and data. It helps detect threats, such as unauthorized access or attacks targeting the system. By tracking login activities and reviewing authentication logs, administrators can identify potential security breaches and take corrective action before an attack escalates. Question 10. What type of denial of service attack places extra demands on the target server in addition to overwhelming it with traffic? A. Amplified. B. Distributed. C. Permanent. D. Reflective. Correct answer. A. Amplified. Amplified denial of service is a type of network attack where the attacker uses intermediary servers to amplify the traffic directed at the target, causing the targeted server or service to become overloaded quickly or even crash the system. This type of attack makes it more difficult for the attacker to be caught, as they do not directly target the server but instead exploit public servers to relay the malicious traffic. Question 11. What improvements does SSH offer as a replacement for the Telnet terminal emulator? A. SSH encrypts passwords and data. B. SSH is faster than Telnet. C. SSH is less expensive than Telnet. D. SSH provides graphical terminal emulation. Correct answer. A. SSH encrypts passwords and data. SSE, Secure Shell, is a network protocol developed to replace insecure protocols like Telnet. It is primarily used to remotely connect to servers or devices over an insecure network and encrypts all data transmitted between the client and the server, ensuring that sensitive information, such as passwords and commands, is protected from eavesdropping or man-in-the-middle attacks. Question 12. What type of attack involves an intruder taking advantage of a Bluetooth connection to steal information from a wireless device, such as a smartphone? A. Blue dogging. B. Blue jacking. C. Blue smurfing. D. Blue snarfing. Correct answer. D. Blue snarfing. Blue snarfing is a type of Bluetooth security attack where an attacker exploits vulnerabilities in a Bluetooth connection to steal data from a wireless device, such as a smartphone or tablet, without the owner's consent. The attacker aims to access sensitive information, including contacts, messages, call history, or even files stored on the victim's device. Question 13. Which of the following protocols is not used for remote control of computers? A. RDP. B. SSH. C. TFTP. D. Telnet. Correct answer. C. TFTP. TFTP, Trivial File Transfer Protocol, is a simple file transfer protocol designed to support the transfer of small files over a network without the need for complex features such as user authentication or data encryption. This protocol is commonly used for updating or recovering software on devices such as routers and switches, as well as for storing configuration files for network devices. Question 14. What type of hardware devices use MAC filtering as a technique for access control? A. Domain controller. B. Radius server. C. Smart cards. D. Wireless access point. Correct answer. D. Wireless access point. Wireless access point, WAP, is a network device that allows wireless devices to connect to a local area network via radio waves. This device uses access control techniques such as MAC filtering to limit which devices are allowed to connect to the network, enhancing security. UAPs are commonly used in wireless networks, Wi-Fi, to extend the range of connectivity and provide internet access to wireless devices. MAC filtering, a technique used to allow or deny connections from devices based on their MAC, Media Access Control address. Question 15. What is the process of confirming whether a user is part of a group that provides access to a specific network resource? A. Access control. B. Accounting. C. Authentication. D. Authorization. Correct answer. D. Authorization. Authorization is a process in the CompTIA, authentication, authorization, accounting, security model. Specifically, 1. Authentication. Verifies the identity of the user. The user must provide login credentials or authenticate, using other methods to prove their identity. 2. Authorization. After the user is authenticated, the system checks their access rights to determine which resources they are allowed to access. 3. Accounting. The system records and monitors the user's activities on the system, including login, logout, and other actions. Question 16. What authentication factor is an example of something you know? A. A finger gesture. B. A fingerprint. C. A password. D. A smart card. Correct answer. C. A password. MFA, multi-factor authentication, is a security method that requires users to provide 2 or more different factors to verify their identity before gaining access to a system or account. These factors include something you know. This is a factor the user knows, typically a password, PIN, or the answer to a security question. Something you have. This includes physical devices that the user owns, such as a smart card, an authentication code sent via SMS, or an OTP, one-time password, something you are. This refers to biometric factors, using the user's physical or behavioral characteristics, such as fingerprints, facial recognition, or voice. Question 17. What type of denial of service attack occurs when an attacker physically gains access to a company's data center and destroys its servers with a sledgehammer? A. Amplified. B. Distributed. C. Permanent. D. Reflective. Correct answer. C. Permanent. Permanent denial of service, PDoS, is a type of cyber attack in which the attacker causes irreparable damage to a system by destroying hardware or damaging physical components of the system to the point that they cannot be easily repaired or replaced. PDoS not only disrupts services but also results in long-term, costly damage to the target system. As such, it is a very dangerous form of attack for an organization's infrastructure. Question 18. Among the provided options, which one best describes biometrics? A. Something you are. B. Something you do. C. Something you have. D. Something you know. Correct answer. A. Something you are. MFA, multi-factor authentication, is a security method that requires users to provide 2 or more different factors to verify their identity before gaining access to a system or account. These factors include something you know. This is a factor the user knows, typically a password, PIN, or the answer to a security question. Something you have. This includes physical devices that the user owns, such as a smart card, an authentication code sent via SMS, or an OTP, one-time password. Something you are. This refers to biometric factors, using the user's physical or behavioral characteristics, such as fingerprints, facial recognition, or voice. Question 19. Which other term is used to describe the switching method referred to as port isolation? A. Frame relay. B. Private VLAN. C. Screened subnet. D. Site-to-site VPN. Correct answer. B. Private VLAN. Port isolation is a security technique in computer networking that helps control access between devices connected to a switch. The goal of port isolation is to prevent direct communication between devices within the same VLAN, enhancing network security and reducing the risk of internal attacks. Private VLAN is the term used to refer to the concept of port isolation. It allows the creation of isolated ports that can only communicate with certain designated ports, such as a gateway or management device, and cannot directly communicate with other ports within the same VLAN. Question 20. What type of denial of service attack utilizes multiple computers to overwhelm a target server with traffic? A. Amplified. B. Distributed. C. Permanent. D. Reflective. Correct answer. B. Distributed. Distributed denial of service attack is a type of cyber attack in which multiple computers or devices, often part of a botnet, are used to send a massive volume of network traffic to a target server or system. The goal of this attack is to overwhelm the target system, preventing it from responding to legitimate user requests, thereby causing it to become disabled or operate abnormally. Question 21. Which terminal emulation program was the remote desktop protocol specifically designed to support? A. Citrix WinFrame. B. Telnet. C. Virtual Network Computing. D. Windows Terminal Services. Correct answer. D. Windows Terminal Services. Remote Desktop Protocol, RDP, is a protocol designed for Windows Terminal Services. It provides a graphical interface that allows users to run applications, access resources, and work on a system remotely over a network. However, this protocol requires a significant amount of bandwidth and can be a target for attacks, especially if it is not configured and secured properly. Question 22. What type of denial of service attack floods a target server with traffic that requires significant processing power to handle? A. Amplified. B. Distributed. C. Permanent. D. Reflective. Correct answer. A. Amplified. Amplified denial of service is a type of network attack where the attacker sends small requests that trigger large responses from servers, overwhelming the target server. This type of attack leverages specific protocols, like DNS or NTP, to amplify the amount of data being sent to the target, causing substantial processing demand on the server, which can lead to a denial of service. Question 23. What type of virtual private network connection is best suited for granting clients limited access to your corporate network? A. Extranet. B. Host to host. C. Host to site. D. Site to site. Correct answer. A. Extranet. Extranet is a part of an internal network, intranet, that allows external users, such as partners, customers, or suppliers, to access specific resources. The extranet is designed to securely share a portion of data and resources, enhancing collaboration and communication with external partners while maintaining the security of the internal network. Question 24. Which terminal emulation program was originally created for use with the Transmission Control Protocol/Internet Protocol? A. SSH. B. Telnet. C. Virtual Network Computing. D. Windows Terminal Services. Correct answer. B. Telnet. Telnet is a network protocol used to connect to and control devices remotely over a TCP/IP, Transmission Control Protocol/Internet Protocol network. When using Telnet, users can log into a remote device and control it as if they were sitting directly in front of it. However, Telnet does not encrypt the transmitted data, making it an insecure choice in modern network environments, especially when transmitting sensitive information. Question 25. What complement does not participate in the 802.1x authentication process? A. Authentication server. B. Authenticator. C. Authorizing agent. D. Supplicant. Correct answer. C. Authorizing agent. The 802.1x protocol is a network authentication standard primarily used in LAN and Wi-Fi environments to verify and authenticate devices before granting access to the network. This protocol is commonly employed in high-security systems such as enterprise networks or public wireless networks. The components involved in an 802.1x transaction include supplicant, the device or user attempting to connect to the network. Authenticator, the network device to which the supplicant connects, such as a switch or wireless access point. Authentication server, the server responsible for verifying the authentication information from the supplicant, typically a Radius, remote authentication dial-in user service server. Question 26. What security issue is significantly reduced by regularly applying operating system updates and patches to network computers? A. Denial of service attacks. B. Malware. C. Port security. D. Social engineering. Correct answer. B. Malware. Operating system updates often contain security patches that fix known vulnerabilities that malware can exploit. These patches address issues that could allow viruses, worms, trojans, or other malicious software to infect a system. By keeping the operating system up to date, you reduce the likelihood of malware taking advantage of these weaknesses. Question 27. What term best characterizes the scenario in which a user is directed to accept a EULA before connecting to a coffee shop's Wi-Fi? A. Captive portal. B. Port security. C. Ransomware. D. Root guard. Correct answer. A. Captive portal. When users connect to a public Wi-Fi network, such as one at a coffee shop, they are often redirected to a web page that asks them to accept the end-user license agreement or provide information like an account or password. This is a form of captive portal, which ensures that users agree to the terms of service before accessing the network. Captive portal is a network access control mechanism that requires users to interact with a web page before being granted access to the Internet or network resources. Question 28. What service do access control lists provide? A. Accounting. B. Auditing. C. Authentication. D. Authorization. Correct answer. D. Authorization. Access control lists, ACLs, are a tool in computer networking and security used to control access to network resources. ACLs define access rights for users or devices, determining who can access a resource and what permissions they have on that resource. Authorization is the process of determining whether an authenticated user or device has the right to access a resource, typically based on factors like the user's identity or the device's IP address. Question 29. What type of virtual private network connection is best suited for linking a branch office to corporate headquarters? A. Extranet. B. Host to host. C. Host to site. D. Site to site. Correct answer. D. Site to site. Site-to-site VPN is a type of virtual private network used to connect two or more local area networks located at different sites over a public network such as the Internet. It provides a secure communication solution, allowing branch offices or business locations to communicate safely with each other. Question 30. What security method enables the monitoring of activities by certain authorized users in sensitive areas? A. Key fobs. B. Locking cabinets. C. Motion detection. D. Video surveillance. Correct answer. D. Video surveillance. Video surveillance is a security method that allows monitoring activities in sensitive areas. This approach uses cameras and surveillance systems to record and observe the movements and actions of individuals within a specific space, with the goal of ensuring the safety of employees and assets. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful for you, don't forget to like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more practice questions and tips.